Hello, welcome. Thank you very much. My name is Angela Miller. This is Women's Work on Expanded Understanding. I hope you're all very well this day, this fraud day, 25th of May. In the UK, it's bank holiday, and it seems like every day is a bank holiday. So I hope you're all blessed and well. Thank you for joining us this evening. We're going to be moving forward with some discussions all about spiritual shamanism. We're going to discuss medicines, and we're going to discuss the spiritual practices that can benefit a woman's life. We're also going to be talking to Sissel Karlsen from Norway. She is an amazing practitioner, woman of many skills and talents, and I look forward to introducing you to her shortly. It's going to be amazing, and we're going to have some really amazing discussions about issues that affect our lives as women. But first, before we go into that zone of discussing issues, I just wanted to set the scene. And this is the scene of you. This is you, whatever time zone you're in, you can do this and function. You can breathe deeply into your hearts. And just breathe in and out. If it's the end of your day, let it go. Let go of any worries, fears, anxieties, cervical pain. Let go of womb pain. Let go of all negative frequencies that you have absorbed. Cervical pain. And just allow your breath to soften, to relax. Relaxing your spine, relaxing your torso. Just feel it unwind. Allow your organs to soften. Allow your stomach to soften. Allow your intestines to soften. Allow your facial muscles to relax as you breathe softly into you. Breathe, soften, relax, deeper. As you awaken and notice your most intimate doorway of perception in your heart. You notice it and you open it. You don't have to open it. What can you hear on the other side of that doorway of your intimate inner perception? What can you hear? What can you sense? Dive in. And just diving into you with a reckless abandon. Freedom. Freedom for you to be you. As you access your DNA with this inner liberation. And you tune your frequency and your light body dynamics into your DNA memories. Feel them come online one by one, moving, breathing with the inner process that is you. And just softening and just noticing how easy it can be to disentangle from everyone and everything. Just disentangle yourself from your innermost resources, your innermost power within. Disentangle from all those beings that create stress in your life. Look back at all of your lives through your DNA. Disentangle from your ancestors. Disentangle from negative parts of you. For in this moment, this is the authentic you, the deepest part of you that only you know. And you look back and disentangle further with everybody, everything, everyone, every negative life situation. Surrender. Sweet surrender. Where all of your I am needs are taken care of in this moment by you, by choice. As you delve deeper into your innate knowingness, and you become the disentangled, sacred, neutral observer of self. Notice what that feels like. And just grounding your energy deep into the earth, into the heartbeat rhythm of earth that is you. Let go of your maternal stresses in this moment. Family stresses, relationship stresses, negative thoughts, fear, agendas, computational competition. Let it go. You don't need it as a woman. You are enough. And speaking from your inner voice, allow that golden frequency of light to expand and emanate through your heart. To every cell, to your central nervous system. Breathe deeply. Breathe into your dream, in your body, in your sacral. Just breathe into it. Your inner perception illuminates and gets brighter in this moment, slowly and steadily. Notice the warmth of your own illumination as a sacred being on this planet, as a sacred feminine being on this planet. Notice the warmth in your heart. Notice the warmth in your womb. Notice the warmth in your cells, where you deliver quantum instruction. on how to release by tuning into the memories of how you did this eons ago. You did it already. You just lost your way on the roadmap. Amplify it. Extend it out into all of your bodies. Allowing your source frequency in. The source frequency that is authentically you as a woman. Give yourself permission to shine. Give yourself permission to know it's okay, whatever things have happened to you, that you can make this journey. Feel your empowerment coming back to you. Feel it from across time, in that ever infinite conscious awareness that is you. Anchor this into your bones, into your nervous system. Allow the light to burn and purge old contracts that kept you in a negative projection by men, by women, by anyone. And we're just going to expand the heart frequencies once more. Allowing your inner truth, the truth of your inner voice, to unfold into your expression, into your feminine expression. Breathe softly. Engage with your energy centers. And just allow them to simultaneously clear. All of them. The non-physical ones too. As above, so below. Access your own personal healing memories encoded in light, in your I am. Allow jealousy and suppression to dissolve from your experience of women. Breathe. Going into the hormones, the central nervous system. And just calibrating male and female within you. The merry dance of your spirit in ever interwoven form, created now to actualize your fullest potentials in this dreaming of this planet. Many of you seek medicines to do this in methods, but it is within you at all times, this inner reach of your own personal experience. You see, in the past, in this construct, we've been shown as women that we are useless, we are junk, we have junk DNA. And that is the biggest insult to us as human women. And just amplifying your own raw frequency to really burn off old belief systems that hold you back as a woman. Every time where you've questioned yourself because of a male frequency or a female frequency, this is how you stand strong as a woman in these dense times. For when we move out of density, we will create awareness and training for you to handle the very heavy frequencies of this planet beyond into your future experience. So when your future experience comes and faces you in the moment, you will know, understand, and see your potentials of your growth through your DNA. For it is the reason why you are here. I, in this moment of sacred knowingness in my soul, declare my feminine divinity in 1 degree of separation. I declare my masculine divinity in 1 degree of separation. I declare that I am a source frequency being, female, incarnated on this planet now, to create, to care, to love, to express to my fullest unlimited potential. In the most intimate reaches of the depth of my own sovereign awareness, I reach in with both hands. I dive into my unknown self. I dive in and celebrate myself in the unlimited point of view. Of this universe. I actualize and embody my source frequency to such far-reaching levels of my own existence that I may travel further, deeper, and solidly and certainly in the center of my own awareness. I bring forth that awareness into my future. Into all my future business connections, enterprise connections, working connections, family connections, from the disentangled perspective of you. Hello, lovely people there in the chat room. Hi, Maya, Willow, Samantha, Carla, Rossio. Hello, how are you all? I hope you're all very well. If there is anything you would like to discuss today, please do say so in the chat. It'd be lovely to connect with you and create something new today. So we're just waiting for Sissel actually to come on. I wonder how we are getting on there. I'm just going to write her a quick message. Oh, there you are. I was looking in Facebook. Is she there? How are you, Sissel? Welcome to Women's Work. It's an absolute pleasure to have you on.
It's a pleasure to be here with you. Nice to see you.
You too. How are things in Norway?
It's actually very good. It's calm and people are enjoying themselves. The summer has started and it's actually very relaxed. No stress.
Yeah, same.
We're living in a new world.
You'd almost think that nothing was happening.
You're asleep.
Oh, so would you like to tell the listeners a little bit more about yourself, your background, your journey?
Oh wow, yeah. I can take a short resume of that
Please
one.
share. Don't have a time limit.
My journey has been quite interesting. It started actually in 1991 with a huge awakening, where I had this energy coming in, and in how I saw it, it was God's source energy. So then I just, wow, there's something here that I could believe in, but I didn't know exactly that it existed. So that was huge. So after that, I went into the healthcare system, was actually guided into it, and my healing abilities opened up. And I've been very curious about how the mind works, how the body works. And now I had to include the spirit. So it has been a journey in exploration and learning how everything functions together. Yes. So now I work as a healer, a spiritual counselor, therapist.
Yeah. And what sort of people come to see you?
Normally, people come to me when they are feeling stuck in something that they don't know where to go next. They're kind of in a feeling of how can I feel better? How can I go further in my life that feels better than it has? People with anxiety, depression,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And would you say that the majority of your clients are women?
The majority, yes, is women, but there are men coming in more and more,
Mm-hmm.
and that is very good because we all need this alignment with ourselves.
Yeah. And what would you say, from your observations, what are the most common issues for women that come through to see you at your practice? What are the most common things they experience before they walk in?
Before they come in. It's feeling stuck in a way. Yeah, the community, they feel stuck in their life. They need help and guidance to look at stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Some are actually having huge traumas. I work with a lot of traumas. And they are come to a place where they think that, okay, now it's enough. They have tried the normal being on pills or taken medicines or they have taken some tried other types of healing, more traditional, and then they come to me.
What do you think is the biggest experience that triggered you as a woman into saying, no, I cannot live in that very patriarchal box that is imprinted around us as women as we grow as children? What is it? What was the thing that just made you say, no, I can't do this anymore?
That started in childhood.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It's funny you ask that because the men in my life has been very dominant, very strong men, and trying to make me be what they want me to be. And I have this huge protest inside of me say, no, I want to be me. I want to do what I want, to express what I want. And as I was limited in my expression, I found out that no way,
Yeah.
now is my time.
Yeah. For
Yeah.
me, it's quite interesting you say this because it's, the relationships where the men are dominating or appearing to be.
I
So
know.
for me, I've told them all from the very beginning that have been in the past, I am wild and there's nothing you can do about it. Right?
Yes.
Every single one of them still tried to over dominate that wildness. and tame it. But it's this gut inner refusal to comply.
That you awaken the hunter in them.
Yeah, right?
Yes, because men are hunters.
Hunters. Right, so how can we shed some light on this aspect of masculinity to help women understand the way that men roll in this universe?
I think for me, it is actually allowing us to be who we are. When we acknowledge ourselves as women with proud, with the power we have, the men will change their behavior towards us. As long as we fight them, we get to fight back. It is all a reflection of this fight between feminine and masculine, and because we are embodying both of them ourselves. And if we like my dominance in the men made me escape my own masculinity. And when I escaped my masculinity, my femininity couldn't live. Because of masculinity is the movement in energy, and the femininity is the containment. So both of them needs to be in balance, to be expressed how they are without restrictions. That is the fight when it's unbalanced.
Yeah.
So
we experience that inner fight within.
Yes.
And then we magnetize a frequency partner that matches that fight within.
Yes.
It brings about this fight, doesn't it?
Yes. Look, boys have been brought up hearing that you're a boy, you can't cry. You need to manage this. You're a man. And then they are kind of introduced to role models. And then we try to be in that role that we are being given to meet the society.
Mm-hmm.
And
what society expects of a woman.
Yes. What do you think?
Yeah, I think society expects an awful lot of women, actually. Oh, I don't know if I've got time for living. You know, I think, you know, it's quite interesting how the Industrial Revolution has progressed this women's working ethic. Do you know what? Maybe there are people out there that would agree with me. I think the marriage contract is the single-handed, right, ruin factor, kill factor, buzz killer of any relationship ever. Right? That's what I think. And it's because these constructs have been so firmly stamped upon us about how we should be as women, how we should be as mothers. And the detail, you know, I've observed this. It's down to what type of pushchair that you're rolling your child along in. You're judged by that as a mother. It's shocking.
Yes.
You know, I mean, I don't know what kind of bizarre reality.
That is how strong the society is. Because we have made it that strong.
Yes. And because we accept it and give our energy to it,
yes,
it feeds it.
Yes.
Feeding the beast.
Of course.
Yeah. So I'm just going to look to the chat room a second and see if there are any questions here. Samantha Karlsen. Hello, Sam. How are you, lovely? Affirmations. Like top five short phrases to repeat daily that help you with your source energy and life purpose. So that's 5 things that we can say to connect you to the source frequency of you. I love this, and I use this one a lot. I connect to the innate knowingness within my soul. Hello? No, I'm joking. But it's that first step, that pointing your energy inwards. You're doing number 2.
What I use is I am that I am.
Oh, yeah.
That allows me to be what I am in the moment. I allow myself to be what I am.
I'm just going to do that. I am that I am. I am that I am. I am that I am.
I like that one.
So when you say it, it makes you feel very warm inside.
Yes.
Very soft, very warm. Hello, dog. And it helps you to, it just makes you kind of resonate in a very different way with your light frequency. So I would say it reconnects you back in to your I am presence now.
Yes.
Love it.
Yes. Because when you say I am that I am, you allow you to be you. Whatever it is expressed like, it doesn't matter because you allow it to be what it is in the moment. There is
Yeah.
no fight or restriction or limitations or nothing. It's open.
Yeah. I'm just going to write it, these 5 steps in the chat room, so they're there. I am that I am. I love I am. Right. So what would you say would be number 3?
To align with the purpose.
Ooh, like it.
I think I would say I am exactly where I am supposed to be.
Yeah. 4. You're doing well. So number 5. So when we connect to that source frequency within us all, and we're there, we're in that space, and we speak to the universe with our own resonance of being. I really like this. It's not mine, but I really like it. I connect to my divine apex. I look up. Yeah. Hello.
Right.
Yeah.
Good.
No message. Hello. Oh.
Yes.
We're currently existing in 3D Earth. To my divine apex. Yay, Sam, that's cool. Oh, I'm just glad to see it. And everyone, do you know what? I'm so grateful for the people that come and, support these live casts and like it and share and, are in the chat rooms. I just think it's amazing.
It is.
It really is.
The world. It connects the world. You have an interaction with people all over.
So many amazing women. I'm just.
It's so good. Yeah, you are really. You have a lot of friends all over the world, I've seen.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's lovely. We just have to get the timing right, and sort of, so I've got 3 a.m. like that. Oh, hello. Which is quite possible. So one of the subjects that I thought would be great to talk to you about, because we've shared conversation about certain things in the past, and that's shamanism from your country's perspective. Can you explain to our listeners a little bit more about that? Because I find it fascinating.
Shamanism seen from this country, we have the people of North, the Sama. They are the indigenous, and I actually don't know the traditions so good, but they are really connected to the earth, and they have. If you see the north of Canada, you have all these people wandering from old times in the north, close to the North Pole.
Yeah, the Arctic Circle, yeah.
Yes. They are different in their way of working that shamanism in Peru or in the Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
But they are, as I see it, they have all been connected energetically. So they are doing the same, but in a way that contains the traditions in the area where they are staying. Like sounds is very used. It's very powerful song they use. So they sing the soul of the land. They sing the what they feel when they feel love when a child is born and they see the child, they come with the song to the child. It's called yoik, and it's so powerful. It's so beautiful.
Do you know the thing?
No. I'm so sorry. I have tried, but it's not easy. I have to practice a lot. It's a special way of singing it, but it took a long time until I understood what it was or what it is, because it's so in tune with the heart and the feeling you are in. So you're expressing it through the song.
Wow. So you're literally the instrument.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes. It's very beautiful. It's very strong.
So what sort of practices do you do that you can share with the listener that would help their journey in some way?
What I do, I tune into energies. I feel the energies. I feel the blockages. When I talk to people, I very fast get where the blockage is. But it doesn't help if I tell them. So I guide them inside the body so they can feel into the blockages themselves, and I help them to release it.
Wow. So, Sissel, in this moment, Would you like to take our listeners on a journey?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, you're okay with that? I'm
Yes.
just going to change the view. I hope it works. And we're just going to focus on you. Can everybody hear okay? If you can't, do give us a shout in the chat room. Oh, so much love. Bless. Oh, okay. So I'm just going to stop my cam, and hopefully we're going to be able to do that. I don't know about doing that. So I'm just going to, if Zach, if you're there, can we just focus on Sissel for a short, for her time while she's on there? I'm not sure if you are. If not, we're just going to go ahead anyway. So, Sissel, would you like to take our listeners on a journey in your way, in the ways that you know, as an ancient being on the planet? Because your soul is ancient. We've had this discussion before. I can feel my soul going, yeah, I remember you. And they were really
Yes,
good.
and I remember you.
Yeah, and I swear it makes my spiritual heart, my heart light up. It really does. Beautiful. Right. Take it away, Sissel.
Yeah, this is quite spontaneous, and normally I can see the one I'm guiding, but
Yeah,
I will do it with guiding from the inward, from the inward sea.
beautiful. I'm just going to mute my mic and
Yes,
you go ahead.
yes. I will invite you to take some deep breaths, long, deep breath in, and you hold the breath a little bit before you release it. And take another long, deep breath in. Feel the sacredness of the breath. It is you. You're breathing in yourself. Allow yourself to enter. And when you exhale, you can feel the giving back to your surrounding. All that you don't need anymore in the body, tensions, whatever it is, just release it out. And you take a new breath in. Every breath is new. And you hold it a little bit. And you breathe out everything that is done, finished. When you do this, you enter into your own space. You can feel the space that you are. How is the space you are living in? Can you feel some tensions someplace or some pain? Are the thoughts arising? Whatever it is, allow it. Just feel into how it is to breathe and allow whatever is in your body. In this moment of time, you don't have anything to resist or suppress. Everything is allowed. Be aware of your heart space. When you breathe into your heart, how is it? Are there some tensions, some thoughts, or other things that you can notice? If something rises up in you, maybe it's a tingling or some vibration in the stomach or something else, whatever it is, allow it. Breathe into it. And feel how you can relax more and more into yourself, into your body. How is it to be with yourself, to feel yourself? If you have a pain someplace, go to that pain and just allow it. Be with it, embrace it in love, and breathe into it. Tell it it's okay. You don't have to release it or do anything. This is a time for being with yourself. You don't have to do anything. Just breathe new life in and release what is ready to be released. Maybe you have something going on in your life just now, some thoughts or struggling or anything. If you have something, some issues, just invite them in and say, okay, I see you. What is the feeling that issue give you? And is that feeling something you have felt before? Or is it a new one? If it's something you have felt before, when did it arise the first time? Be curious of who you are, of your inner world. And know that every time you breathe in new energy, new life. You breathe out everything that is done, that is finished. And when you have some tingling or tensions, or you can feel a movement in an energy, maybe it starts in the stomach and it goes into the throat. Or maybe you feel something in the heart and then it goes to the stomach. That is a movement in the energy. It means it's not stagnant. And when you can stay with that movement of energy, be curious, what is that energy containing? if you have a fear coming up, where do you feel the fear? Where is it stored in your body, in your system? And our normal attitude of fears is to shut it down or escape it. If you allow it and look at it and see what it contains, fears always try to protect us from something. What is the fear protecting you from discovering? If you allow everything to be as it is in this moment, and you are safe exploring it, how does it make you feel? And now you can breathe in again and you can be aware of your body, more aware of your breath, of your surrounding. And know that everything you have been releasing out with your breath or whatever happened is something that will never come back. It's done. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Sissel. It really, by the end of the sense of energy that's been built up and created, wow, really strong for me.
Good.
Wow.
Yeah, it needs some time to build up, to be aware, because it's very subtle energies.
Yes, that awareness.
Yes,
And sometimes it takes a little while to get there.
yes, yes. Because we are also busy in our minds and in noticing the environment we are in. So it takes time to be aware what is inside, what is actually happening inside ourselves. We are trying to escape this all the time. So yeah.
Yeah. So when we're in that externally focused, when our internal focus externally all the time, we have to allow that. So it does take a while to get back there. So
It,
one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about was the journeys. For me, when I'm overseas, I like the specific practices and journeys, plant medicines that benefit my existence, I would say. Do you have any experience of that?
yes, I do. I would never have gone where I am today without plant medicine.
Could you talk about that, please?
I was the first time in the Amazons for 4 years ago, and it was kind of funny because I didn't know anything about this way of healing, none of it. Then it was presented to me, and the second I heard about it, I felt something inside. I felt the calling, and I started to investigate. And I just knew, yes, I have to go, and I went. So it revealed things to me that was hidden. And as the one of the shamans said, "Oh, well, first time you came, you was quite lost." But now you're almost there, she said. It's a year and a half ago. So it was a quick curve in healing. And it has always been very clear to me, very present. A lot of visions, understandings, and in the integration afterwards, I had a lot of dreams, downloads of knowings. Yes. So it has been amazing. A lot of plant diets. Yes.
And in what practical ways did it change your life? You know, the day-to-day things.
It made me aware of who I am. I had a lot of pain. My pain started when I was 14 years and increased, and I had really, some weeks I had to spend in bed because of the pain in my back. So all that has released. It's gone.
Wow.
And I have been I've been shown what life is, what I'm doing here, what we all are doing here, what life is about.
And can you talk more about who showed you?
You showed me. I it's actually myself. There are no one else.
Could you describe that experience for us?
That was a big one. I was making dinner, and suddenly I had this expansion of awareness where I could see that when we breathe, we are awake. But as we are having a daily life, like we are living here now, this day, then we have this go to sleep. And then we have this place of dreams. So it's separate from us in a way. But when I had this expanded awareness, I saw that here are the dreams. When I dream, I am awake. And when I have my visions, I am awake in the dream. I'm lucid dreaming. And that is something we all do.
We all love it. We all absolutely love it.
Yes. When we forget that we are separate.
Yeah, this is why I love this channel, Expanded Understanding. Because it literally is about that, expanding your consciousness onto the edges, outer edges of your awareness and beyond.
Yes.
As consciousness explorers. It's great. Love it.
It is. And it's so fascinating to see how we are created as humans. We have this urge in searching for something when we are ready. And then we go searching. And when we find it, we become it. Because then we remember. The searcher is gone.
I'm there. I was just remembering, like, oh, that's really nice. I really love that feeling. Oh.
I wish I could stay in that all the time. Maybe it would have been difficult to be here.
Exactly, because this is something that affects women's health, and that is the state of mental health and mental well-being. And these medicines do assist with that. The magical, the healing potential of this consciousness through the plant medicines is absolutely, it's second to none. And this is why it's been restricted and all the rest of it. But all of these plants that are available in medicinal format seem to help women in particular. I know this helps men too. It helps any being that consumes those combinations. But for women, I really want to focus on the womb healing aspect that comes with this.
Oh yes. And that is another thing I've been shown. You know, the sacral chakra is where the womb is. And we are created inside of the womb. And here is the Akashic record. So we are created inside the Akash. And here we have chosen what we bring with us of things that we want to heal and change. And we are, as women, life itself. We are the life givers. Although we need men also, they are not superior or minor, or they are equal. But we have this capacity to give birth to life and to nourish the seed. And that has not been acknowledged. They've been suppressed. But we are so sacred. We are goddesses, all of it.
Now, in this moment, I just would like to invite anyone that's listening, past, present, or future, to really, if you're a woman listening to this, to really go through these meditations, these connections from this broadcast to this point now, where you can say to yourself that you acknowledge, or I acknowledge, the goddess within me, and feel really comfortable in that being that is you. Because it's not easy being a woman. Because you're fighting your own energy center there, the sacral, the womb. Because this society is not set up to nurture it in any way, shape, or form. If anything, it's the complete opposite, and the total inversion of femininity. And we see that on the planet today, on her body as a galactic sentience.
I've had visions where I see the universe as a woman, and I see Mother Earth inside the womb, about to be birthed out in a new world.
I've been feeling lately, and this was quite strong from a journey in March, and I was shown that grandmother of the universe, a similar vision from what I can feel. But grandma was not happy.
No.
with the way her daughter returned.
No, I know. That's why we have this struggle.
She thinks the grandchildren are terrible.
Why?
And all those generations, she's like, what have I done as a mother? So I think that all mothers can empathise there to a certain degree, because anything that our planet experiences, any blockages on the land, or blockages in her song, her expression, it happens to us. Do you think?
Yes, yes. It is all we have around us is a mirroring of what we are expressing inside. When we, as a Mayan grandmother said one day, I was in a gathering, that as long as we throw our blood in the garbage, you're not honoring life. Because it's sacred. And we need to learn how to be sacred. We have to teach our young girls to be proud of growing up to be women. But we haven't done it because we wasn't proud of ourselves.
So how could we encourage or shed some light on how to honour your own blood sacredly?
By talking about it as we do now. That grandmother was, she was in her tribe having girls' circles. So all girls that was in the age of having their moon, they was teach how to treat the blood coming and give it back to Mother Earth. So the more we understand what life is, that we are sacred as women, because without us, life wouldn't sustain. Life as nature, yes, but not as human.
So over a period of time, I'm just going to use what comes through to me, and it's 76 million Earth years of shame that a woman has to have, that has experienced from lineages, cultures, about the womb and its function, being separated, being unclean. And this has been disconnected. I can't think of any society on this planet that honours the blood, the monthly cycle. Can you?
No.
I can't think of any.
No. Well, there are tribes who do. Indigenous are more aligned with that way of thinking. But they have been closed up in their own society because the world was not ready for it yet. But now they have started to come out and share their wisdom, so we can save the planet and keep living here.
I think we've just identified a niche market here. for a program, an education in reclaiming the sacredness of the womb for girls of a certain age.
Yes. Yes. You need to start with the girls.
Yes, it's true, and this is why I've got this concept, and so it gives me an opportunity to talk about this in more detail. Women's Work International as a not-for-profit organisation. So this podcast is part of that, creating awareness of issues that we all experience, but with a fundraising element to bring about this sort of educational awareness of women's bodies, the experiences that we all go through, and create and implement a program for younger women to really reclaim themselves and know themselves at their core functional levels, as well as sacred levels.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I didn't know.
Yeah, I can't wait. We're going to do more. We so are going to do more with this. So we're in the very early infancy stages of it, and there will be other avenues coming in. It's just all at the very beginning of its cycle, really. So, yeah, what you're saying is quite beautiful. So, can you? So we've just sort of identified part one of a girl's growth into womanhood, the honouring of the blood, the honouring of the cycle, the cyclical process that happens, the differences of feeling in that area when you're actually having a flow. What is it? Heavy flow. Why am I feeling so terrible? Or a light flow. Why would you get a light flow, for example? So it creates a yearly awareness.
Yeah, I think all the pains that we are experiencing now, having the moon, it comes from all these suppressed shames and that we have experienced for ages.
Mm. Yeah, like sacred, unsacred energies.
Yes.
This is something that a lot of women come to see me for, is actually the removal of the relationships and the impacts to the womb from those relationships. For example, I had one young woman of 23 that came to see me, and she had a particularly sexually aggressive partner that was always nagging her for sex and all this kind of stuff. And she was, she's a young woman, she's healthy, she's, very eats well, is fit. But she would get these terrible periods, the monthly cycles, where she would be bleeding for 2 weeks, possibly even 3. And she couldn't figure out, and she said, when she came to me, she said, I can't take it anymore. It was that rather die than bleed for any more than, the normal time frame. So it's quite fascinating.
It is, and all this abuse that is coming forth now is about suppressing the women, because we are so powerful that the man has been afraid of us. So for us not to be who we are being suppressed, and the sexual energy suppressing us in that area is the most, what I say, the wounded place to do it, because we have this shame of our identity of being a woman.
It's really interesting, this imposition of unsacred negative frequency over our own expression. So you can feel, this barrier that we're having to break through our own identity, which is gradually being demonized.
Yes.
because, you know, with all of that compaction, women have adopted the behaviors of men and then find that they can no longer live in that way.
No, because we cannot be authentic. But as we was ashamed of ourselves, we thought to compare with the men in the workplace, we needed to be men. But we are now aligning more and more, so we have discovered that actually we can be ourselves. And when we can be ourselves, men can also be ourselves because they are also suffering. They are lacking this compassion and love that is the femininity, the embrace, because they have not developed that one in themselves either. So both these energies of female and male has been unbalanced in both men and women. So that's why women have been suppressed and men have been the perpetrator and the hunters and the aggressive one, and they're not happy with it. Like we are not happy with
Having to be something that you're not. That's very beautifully put. Yeah. How you say that, how the men aren't happy with the roles that they've been assigned. They just want to have a good time, chill, do a simple life. I'm sure. Just like we do.
go and have a beer with the pals and say, yeah. No, they want more. They want authenticity themselves, just as we do.
So the plant medicines would help men evolve too.
I think so, because the plant medicine reveals what is not true that we hold on to. It reveals your fears. And this path is not for the faint of heart.
It isn't.
No.
I think many of our viewers would be naturally inclined, let's say, to maybe try something, try and heal with a plant medicine, with a medicine journey, just like they did in ancient times. And I would fully recommend considering it if you were that person. You'd know, you have to ask your inner self, should I be doing this in the first place? If you get a no, don't do it.
No. For me, it is the plant medicine that invites us. It's not we finding it. And there are people, of course, that are drawn into it or heard of it from the friends or want to try it. And I try once, I said, no, this is not for me. And they go away because they don't feel the connection. So I think the ones that are supposed to use that as a tool to release all this toxic garbage that we are holding on to in our system, they will do it. And I now we have been in a time with really increase in frequency. And the plant medicines is a frequency that helps us to remember ourselves. So I think that we don't need so much medicine now as we did before, because we are higher in frequency.
Actually, Sissel, somebody in the chat room has said, Jasmine Bayland. Hello, Jasmine. She says, I've been thinking about this. We've been talking about blood and menstruation. I've been thinking about recently honouring our blood cycles. Our menstrual blood has so many nutrients for the plants. Giving it back to the earth is a great way to honour our bodies. That is beautiful, and I fully would recommend that.
Yes.
With a prayer, a sacred prayer, sacred honouring of
yes.
you.
Now we have remedies you can use to collect the blood, and you take it and you give it to the plants. It is nectar, it's honey. If you
I'm
want
going to be really funny here and say menstrual note to self. Had to do it. I couldn't help myself. So, I wonder if we can co-create a prayer for honouring the blood
yes,
that we release on a monthly basis. What do you think?
yes, beautiful, beautiful. Yes, beautiful.
I'll start. It's just come through, if that's okay.
Yes.
Ooh, that's strong. Ooh. In my sacred prayer of sovereign feminine awareness, I honour my monthly cycle of my femininity, of this body, of this soul, in line with Earth's natural cycles, timelines, and seasons as a woman.
Thank you for showing us what we have forgotten. Thank you for being consistent with us. Not Thank you for opening up to your frequency so we can honor you and know what you really are in truth. Honoring the system of the body and the cycle of the moon, which is the cycle of going inwards, going into prayer and sacredness, and honoring so we can give it back to you, Mother Earth. Thank you for the life you give us. And for teaching us about your sacredness that we forgot. We like that.
I'm not often lost for words or translating feelings, but that was strong. Sissel, you're a powerhouse. And my womb is like, I'm like, oh my God.
She was strong. She was so pleased to be seen. So thank you.
What that honouring has done for me personally, it has deepened my connection, my feeling tangibly to the earth. I feel very present, very grounded, just very in myself, you know, in my whole creative universe down here.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Because this is life. The body is Mother Earth. And we are embodying it. We are living inside it. We are allowed to be here, to birth new life. So we have to be present.
Wow. So when women tap into that creative power, that creative, no, I don't really want to call it power, that natural creative innate ability. I'm even going to just sort of separate emotion from it, because it's more than just a functional consciousness in itself. It's the universe.
What did you say?
It's the universe.
It is. It is.
The female creator universe housed in our bodies. As women, we are lucky. And I'm just thinking back to all of my past lives as being a man. Okay, I was all right. I was a decent guy, but I wouldn't want to be one.
Well, it's good to be a woman now.
Yeah, maybe not 100 years ago, but now it's okay. Oh dear. So, what we've had, in the chat room, somebody there, Samantha, says she's ready for an Aya healing.
Yes.
And if you've been called, like Sissel said, you will have been called.
Yeah, you feel it inside.
Yeah, you do. And one of the important things I feel from the voyage with plant medicine is the physical integration of the expansion that took place. And I think it's on first journeys, it could really help just for the body and the soul to realign into its wholeness, rather than, we can often be shown things by plant medicines, but it's showing it to us for us to remove it in another way. It's, it might just be, locked in a certain, position that needs unlocking. You might have a sore neck from continually getting it in the neck in life. You might have birth trauma. You might have some sort of abuse issue that expands into a triggered behavior, something like that. So you have to be very careful with these things. Who you do your journeys with is really important.
Yes. And also what you said about the integration afterwards. Because when we are doing with the healing with the plant medicine, we are in an altered state. And what we are shown and learn and what we have released and healed needs to be embodied afterwards. That is equally important as the ceremony. Or we can go on having ceremonies the rest of our lives without reaching the healing.
And what sort of things do you think somebody who had just come into, decided to make plant medicine, take, and they have their first experience, they're shown, they're clear, they're feeling great, everything's working, functioning, they feel okay, and then they engage with the outside world. What advice would you give someone who was about to do that? How to engage with the outside world after a journey?
I think after a journey, you need to be very present with yourself, first of all. be aware of your feelings, because after a ceremony you can have a lot of all feelings rise up in you. So you can feel it like a roller coaster. One day you are just so happy and aligned with yourself. You say, yes, I made it. And next day you woke up and you're totally exhausted and you say, no, what happens here? Why do I feel like this? This is normal. So be kind to yourself. The days that are low, they're actually because there are feelings that have been triggered and moved so they can surface. They come to the surface afterwards to be released, to be embraced, to be what they are. So it's important to be with them without having to label or do anything or suppress or just, no, okay, this is what I feel now. The medicine shake me up, so this is coming to surface to be released. Thank you.
And it's often that thought and having a plan like that before you go into it, so you know that you're going to be able to handle a very high frequency experience in a 3D matrix.
Yeah.
Like if you live in a city or you live with lots of people who don't think in the same sorts of way as you do, you know, different belief systems, it can be difficult to integrate
Yes.
for
Yes.
some.
Yes. And it's very, many places have this after the post gatherings online or something, so you can interact, because there can be a lot of questions you have afterwards, and that is very advisable to maybe be in a group, in Facebook chat or group chats that where you can be open with the others that have experienced the same.
A bit like a sharing circle.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And you know, this is something that is much needed in the medicine world. It's integrating the after experience.
Yes.
Rather than being turfed out onto the streets and left to fend for yourself, which is kind of the opposite of unity, really.
Yes, you can be totally blown up and ruined the whole healing you experienced in the ceremony if you're not present with what happens and allow, and because you never know what feelings arises afterwards and what is normal and not normal, because everything is actually normal. But it's good to have someone to express and say, this happens to me, what do I do with it?
Yeah. How do I manage this high frequency experience when the world appears to be black?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and stay there.
And present.
Yes. That is something that,
Yeah, it is. It's missing. You can be actually engaging with somebody and they're not even in.
yes.
You know, they're not engaged in any way. Maybe they're on like 1% functionality.
Yes.
And they don't remember the conversations that they had with you
Yes.
because they're literally not in the body.
No, they are back forth all over the place.
Or like that.
Yeah, and not here.
Exactly. I'm just going to check over the chat room and see if there are any questions.
Mm.
Ooh, this is Willow, lovely Willow. I took some mushrooms last night. I didn't trip, but I felt super playful and grounded in my body. It was a great experience. I'm looking forward to interface with other plant medicines. Absolutely. I'm glad you had a lovely gentle experience, Willow. And I'm sure you will be called to do whatever it is that you're interested in doing. Whatever class, actually, I was shown this on my last journey with one of the founder members of Expanded Understanding. And it was a very intense journey. Some would say that I'd been roofied on that journey. But what I've lost my thread there. It showed me something really important. Oh yeah, that's it. Got it. The message I got, oh, you're back here again. Oh. And I said, yeah, I'm back here again. Well, this time you've got a different teacher. It's the same class. Oh.
Okay.
All right. I was like, oh,
yes.
Nice. Thanks. That's good. That's good. I can see the difference, the similarities. That's great. Pattern recognition. It's all going really well.
Beautiful. Yeah. You're remembering.
Yeah,
you have a new teacher.
It was when they said to me, broadcast. Women's work, broadcast.
Okay.
And I was like, what now? Right this second?
You're doing it. You have to follow up.
Here we are. Oh,
yeah, I said some months ago. I said in my work, you said, "How can I be more in service?" And here I am.
Brilliant. It's so lovely to have you on. And I know that we will be working together in future with these women's centres that are going to manifest. So these women's centres, courtesy of Women's Work International, when funded and everything's in place, will basically provide full abuse recovery, remembering of who you are. We'll be offering programs for children with birth traumas and impacts. We'll be completely addressing all stages of a woman's cycle through education and density awareness training.
Wow.
So how to handle the densities by being the strongest spirit in a whole context that you can be as a woman.
Wow. That is wonderful. I love it.
And there's one little bit that I forgot to talk about. This is the bit I love as well. Oh, I get so excited about this. Like, for example, there's a whole demographic of young women who are not going to go to university. They barely make it to secondary school, right? So these women, some of them haven't even started bleeding yet. And they've already assigned a role where they've got to care for the home. So I want to see those women thrive in their own businesses. Or not, I want to come away from using the word business, enterprise. Because we are our own vehicles. So when we move forward in our own vehicles, making the energetic transactions, all we have to do is learn to do it in the right way. It benefits us, benefits the planet. Tick, job done.
You're learning now how to create what we want instead of what we not want.
Yeah.
And we do it through healing our wounds, so the wounds doesn't rule us anymore. The shame doesn't rule us. We can stand up and be who we are.
Beautiful. It's in that domination of the womb that has led us to lead a suppressed journey in the first place.
Yes. So we create all the time.
So that is the key feature, isn't it?
Wonderful.
Womb clearing, more of it.
Yes.
Love it. Right. Any more questions here? I'm interested. Oh, I'm interested in any plant medicine that comes across my path. Wow, you are intrepid and out there, Willow. Willow is a voyager, right? A crystalline voyager. I feel.
It will show up. When you ask for it, it will show up.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Mm.
That's for sure. So, Sissel, if any of our listeners would like to get hold of you, what will you tell them? How can listeners reach you if need be?
I have a website. It's adroniaslight.com. www.adroniaslight.com. And there is all the email, telephone. You can read about my work.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Brilliant.
So
Wow.
I do Skype or Zoom.
Pardon?
I do Skype or Zoom.
Oh, Skype or Zoom.
Yes.
Excellent. Excellent. So thank you for joining us today. And it's been wonderful just going and just walking through this realm with you.
Very
Really
beautiful to be here with you, Angela. You're doing amazing.
I get chills. And I look forward to us working and doing something quite fabulous for women in the future. Thank you so much for coming on. If we're going to be here every Monday night, 9 p.m. British summertime, and that's 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that's 1 p.m. Pacific time. And we will be here Monday after Monday for the next period of time. I don't know. Universe is going to decide this. We're just going to keep on until this whole program rolls out into its fullest and juiciest manifestation. Woohoo! So thank you very much for listening. My name is Angela Miller. This channel is Expanded Understanding. Do check out all their other shows. They have other things going on at other times that I can't remember right now. But I know there's healers, there's consciousness explorers, there's voyagers, there's people who think differently and want to expand their consciousness of now. So do click on like, subscribe, come and visit me at my channel, Source Frequency Healing, and you can find me on Facebook. My name is Angela Miller of Glastonbury. So thank you very much, lovelies. Thank you very much to all the people that joined us this evening. Willow, I love you too. Samantha, Rossio, Joanna, thank you, lovely. Joanna's birthday. Right. So I'm gonna try and sing. I'm not a very good singer, but I will. Sissel, should we sing Happy Birthday?
If you want a mix.
Yeah, we'll try it. Shall we try?
See what happens? Yeah.
Right, we'll give it a go. Ready? Happy birthday to you, sister love. Happy birthday to you, Joanna Morgan. You know it's you. Happy birthday, dear Joanna. I love you. Happy birthday to you. Yay! Cool. There would have been a time where you would not have even seen me do that. Ever. Now, I just don't give a fuck.
The world has changed.
Past it, I'm too old. Too old to care.
Yeah, me too. That's the only reason.
Okay. All right, lovely people. Please do join us again next week at the said times, of the same time this time, and I'll keep saying it on Facebook and trying to promote it where possible. Please do share it amongst womankind, and maybe we'll just do something different that will stop us in our tracks. We'll do something different from anything we've ever done before as women and explorers of this earth and daughters of earth. That would be amazing. I'm going to stop talking. I think it's best all round. It's all going mad. Okay, blessings. Love you, Aaron and Zach. See you later, folks. Might chip in on your show. Thank you, Sissel. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.
Bye.